Despite women being responsible for around 60% of cash crops food production, especially in developing nations, farming is still globally perceived to be male dominated. The World Bank reports that women in developing nations possess less than 20% of farmland, but they dedicate more than 50 hours every week to work on family farms without receiving any payment. In spite of their significant contributions, women farmers frequently encounter obstacles, including lack of access to lands, denial of loans, and other essential resources that are crucial for succeeding in agriculture.
Despite these challenges, many women are finding innovative ways to overcome them. They're forming cooperatives, sharing resources and knowledge, and advocating for their rights.
Through the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, Women and Gender Equality Commission, WGEC, the National Agricultural Research and Extension Institute, NARI, and the Guyana Livestock Development Authority, GLDA, support is being given to women in agriculture by providing training, resources, and networking opportunities. Through these collaborations, the first Women in Agriculture Conference was held in March 2023. The event encouraged more participation of women in agriculture and to provide assistance with access to technology and innovation, opportunities, financing, value creation, and accessing technical assistance.
Women can become involved in the economic development and to get involved in entrepreneurial development, not only to feed your families, but as something to start out in business, to make money out of it.
Sharing her experience in agriculture is Ingrid Carrington, a local farmer in Region 3.
My grandfather was a farmer, and because of being self-sufficient, he was able to maintain his family, which was a large one. So I started farming very young because I grew to love it, knowing that you can go to your garden and pick what you want to eat today, or you can share with a friend or a relative, So that's how I really get started into farming.
Carrington described the importance of women being involved in the sector as an upliftment.
I think it is very important because as women, we want to be empowered. And especially to earn your own money, it takes you a far way. You don't have to depend on your husband's salary. And I would encourage women to be more involved in agriculture because firstly, they would eat healthier. Secondly, their bodies would be more, strong because you're exercising daily in the farm. And thirdly, you'll have your own money to spend. I got a lot of knowledge from NARI. They have lots of training. I think for this year also, we had one training and we're supposed to have 3 or 4 more for this year. And most of the training I would attend. I also visit other farms so you can get to know and observe what goes on other people's farm. And farmers are willing to share their knowledge because we are part of an organization. Most women find themselves or see themselves as housewives. And being in a 21st century, women need to be more empowered to get out there to help themselves, their families, and even also their husbands, because we know that the men need a lot of support out there. So women need to get out and do something. And I think farming is very good because she would still be at home to supervise the children, and also you would have crops that you would, reap. You would prepare the meals, and then the excess you can sell to your friends, the market.
With the advancement in technology, fertilizers in farming enhances production and decreases crop damages. While Carrington embraces the technology, while trying as much as possible to maintain some traditional methods, she warns against the abuse of fertilizers.
I prefer the organic way of farming, but I realize that the soil needs boost. So if farmers use the fertilizer the right way, I would go for the fertilizer. But if they're going to fertilize the crops today and next week they want to sell it on the market, that's not good, right? So they need to adhere to the guidelines given
While discrimination against women in agriculture is still prevalent around the world, in Guyana, women are changing the narrative, accomplishing so much through farming. Jaikumari Prasad, who left her desk job to pursue a career in agriculture, says farming can conquer the world.
Before I got into farming, I was working as an office administrator. I managed 3 offices that did office supplies and products. And as I got married, I came up to live on the East Bank. I am originally from Georgetown. I born and brewed and grew in Georgetown, and I came up to live on the East Bank. And because of the transportation issues to get into work every day, I decided to join my husband in the farming industry. For me, it's been an exciting, amazing ride. Have I had to do it again, I'll be riding the same road. The thing that I enjoy most about farming is that I normally set most of my own plants from seed. So when you actually see a seed that you actually plant and it's grown and blossom and you see the produce, it's amazing. It's a fulfilling dream. It is very important because I was at the forum at the Expo for 2025 to reduce the importation. I was there. I was luckily invited. And I was there. And farming in Guyana has a far way to go. I think the farmers should be given a lot more attention than they're presently given, because it's an industry that can conquer the world.
The cash crop farmer is also working on a project in her community where she plans to dedicate part of her farm to students pursuing agricultural science at the CSEC level. The aim is to give the students the practical experience needed for the double award subject.
I was willing to give part of my land to do a greenhouse farming or shade house farming, because presently I have my last daughter. She's doing agriculture in school and she wanted to write the double award, but she wasn't given the opportunity because of the all kind of perspectives that wasn't there. So actually I was willing to give part of my farm to do a shade house farming so that I can facilitate the children on the East Bank who are doing agriculture to come and have an on-hand look, plant their own stuff, reap their own stuff, and do their own stuff and part of the shade house so that they could see exactly how things are being done. Not only, they do the theoretical part at school, but the practical part, most of them are, they're not getting that opportunity, and that's the opportunity that is most important for them to see how things are being done.
In many parts of the world, women are the primary caregivers for their families and communities. They are often responsible for ensuring their households have access to nutritious and affordable food. Women farmers play a critical role in meeting this need, producing a significant portion of the world's food.
For women, I think it's an upliftment for them. It's an upliftment because, to me, for women, their duties and job description go beyond. When I say beyond, it's beyond, especially women with children. And being in the farming industry, it's really motivating. It's motivating as much as you see something from nothing come to being something of importance.
At the individual level, FAO and the Ministry of Agriculture empowers women not only with agricultural knowledge, but with entrepreneurial and business planning skills to make them more independent and capable to participate in the local economy.
They would visit the farms and try to help you if there is any fungus they would see on the crops. They can tell you what to use, but ensure that you wait until this 7-day span or 5-day span before you reap the crop. Don't reap it before that period because it might be detrimental to the customers, right? The officers would normally visit to ensure we're doing it the right way, right? So I need to say thank you to NARI staff, Region 3, and even to all the other organizations, the NGOs that would normally help with our training.
I learned a lot through lots of personal resources and researches. But as such, I got into it. Now we have a farming group, and as such, I was very much obliged to be invited to lots of training that uplift my intelligence in farming. And through this, I was able to enlighten more and more of my colleagues who normally farm through the groups. And that's been a great thing for me. As of recent, they had a training at GSA. That's the most recent. This training was conducted by, as a matter of fact, was coordinated by the FAO. And they had this guy, Dr. Martin Huge. He was from Trinidad, and he was talking a lot about cultivations and fertilizations, and the ways and means of doing things, and how you could utilize most of your compost, like they have the compost tea and these sorts of things. And they got the R's and the P's, the right timings, the right, things, time to do things, time to fertilize, time to grow things.
Another impressive initiative being carried out across Guyana is the school meal program, where healthy and nutritious meals are being provided for students. Women farmers have been capitalizing on this state-run initiative to consistently generate a handsome income. The Blue Flame Women's Group is one that is benefiting from this project. They are a community-based agro-processing operation based in Hosororo, Region 1. They produce cassava, cocoa, coffee, and cashew, and with the use of a shade house, they are growing herbs, tomatoes, and vegetables. Cocoa and other raw materials are purchased from the farmers in the community and are then processed at the group's factory to make various products. These products are then packaged and sold throughout the country, but primarily cater to the breakfast school feeding program for 4 schools in Mabaruma.
As Guyana heads the Regional Ministerial Task Force in reducing CARICOM's hefty food import bill, women play a substantial role in accomplishing this goal.
Through the government of Guyana and organizations such as the FAO and the Caribbean Network of Rural Women Producers, the capacity of women is being enhanced to contribute greater in the agri-sector.
The reality is we have an aging population of farmers. We are building the capacity to include women and also youth. So Guyana being the lead, as was mentioned before, you all chair the Ministerial Task Force, you all chair the agenda for agriculture. The first Agri-Investment Forum was held in Guyana last year in May, and the youth dialogue was the priority item. And during the item, the objective was to promote and develop strategies for greater involvement of both women and youth in agriculture.
Well, for me, I would advise most women to do something farming, because if you know, most women placement is in the kitchen. And to get things to the kitchen is from the farm.
The Agriculture and Innovation Entrepreneurship Program, AIEP, is also making headlines for women in agriculture. Over 60% of its members are women and girls who cultivate high-value crops such as carrot, broccoli, and cauliflower.
Now, women play an important role in the development of the agricultural sector. As we know, the country is promoting gender equality in all workplaces, also in the agricultural workplace. Promoting gender equality means giving women equal resources, equal opportunities to better themselves in the agricultural sector. Working with this project, I was able to experience a lot in terms of agronomical practices. I never went to GSA prior to coming to this project, and by coming here I was able to learn basically almost everything about agronomy, from sowing of seeds straight up to harvesting. I was able to basically expand my knowledge to the finer parts that a lot of people don't know about agriculture, for example, pest control.
The benefits of empowering women in agriculture are clear. When women have access to resources and are recognized for their contributions, they can improve food security, increase agricultural productivity, and strengthen local economies.